Is this Todd Monken's last year with the Baltimore Ravens? Is he next in line for the NFL's current only head coaching option? Well, some websites sure do think so. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Ravens Rundown. I'm your host, Joey Petersen, and if you want Todd Monken to stay, then like the video. You know, I heard that he watches every single one of these. He's a loyal subscriber. He would be on our watch parties if he wasn't working during then, so I know he's going to watch this video. I want him to look down at the like and see 250 likes, because 250 of you guys voted that you want him to stay. So if you want him in Baltimore next season, go ahead and like the video. This is all stemming from this Adam Schefter tweet and this move just a couple of days ago by the New York Jets. Adam Schefter, like always, breaking the news, saying ESPN sources, Jets fired head coach Robert Saleh. And you might be asking yourself, Joey, what does this have to do with us? First off, the Jets suck. Second off, this isn't the New York Jets rundown. I know, you're right. However, a couple days later, some odds came out, and we find our offensive coordinator, Todd Monken, on the short list for most likely to be the Jets' next head coach. At the top of the list, and this is a name you're going to see at the top of most head coaching lists as coaching vacancies happen, is Bill Belichick. He's at plus 300 odds, and Mike Vrabel at plus 425. Jeff Ulbrich, the current defensive coordinator and interim head coach for the Jets, comes in third at plus 500. Ben Johnson, the young OC for Detroit, at plus 800. And then there's our guy, Todd Monken, at plus 1,200, which has him sitting at about 7.69%. So just under an 8% chance if you're just looking at it from a percentage perspective. Now, there's an interesting wrinkle to this entire hiring process, and that's this man right here. The weirdest player, I think, in NFL history, and that's Aaron Rodgers. I think this is a totally different coaching search than any other in the NFL this year, and probably in NFL years past, because this guy, I believe, and a lot of people believe it too, is basically running the show down there. You know, I think there's a good chance that if Aaron Rodgers wasn't their quarterback, I don't know if Robert Saleh would have been gone this early. Let's just say I have a feeling, and many people have the feeling, Aaron Rodgers had a big part in that. But before we get into anything else, I got to ask you a question. Before we break it down, talk about it, go ahead and weigh in for me. What's the percentage chance that you think Todd Monken is the Jets' next head coach? This is going to be the pinned comment on today's video. So you're about to get hit with a YouTube ad break. To make that time go by faster, go ahead and scroll down the comment section and reply to me. Scale it from 0 to 100. Let's talk about Todd Monken for just a little bit, give you the rundown on him. He's 58 years old. He began his coaching career in 1989 at Grand Valley State, the greatest college football team in the NCAA. The majority of his experience is in the NCAA, but he spent time with the Jags, Bucs, Browns, and of course, the Ravens in his NFL career. This is his 10th season working with the NFL. He's had one head coaching experience. That was in Southern Miss from 2013 to 2015. And they had they had a final record with him as the head coach of 13-26. So left little to be desired in Southern Miss. Now, why Todd Monken? Why is he getting love? You know, because he interviewed for the Carolina Panthers job last year. He also interviewed for the Chargers job last year. And it's because what he's able to do as an offensive coordinator, right? What he's able to do, not just in year one, but the ways he's able to improve. And you can see it most with what he did with Georgia. So this is the last 5 seasons he spent as an offensive coordinator with Cleveland in 2019. 22nd in the NFL in points per game at 20.9. Nothing crazy, right? Nothing too big to write home about. Then he goes to Georgia in 2023, his first year with the team, 32.3 points per game, 38th in the NCAA. Then they make the big jump up to 9th with 38.6 points per game. And then in 2022, the second year of their back-to-back national championships, 41.1 points per game. That was 5th in the NCAA. And then he comes to the NFL and just drops 28.4 a game last year and was rated 4th in the NFL in scoring. But it's not just what he does with scoring, right? It's what he does with quarterbacks. And you might be saying to me, Joey, the reason he's able to score so much last year is because of the guy he's got in Lamar Jackson. Well, that's the thing about Todd Monken, because you can visibly see the difference just from one year to the next in Lamar Jackson. And what I love about this comparison is it's not like this was his first year to a second year, right? This was his fifth year to a sixth year. He's already been in the NFL for a long time. In 2022, the year before Monken got to Baltimore, 62.3% completion percentage, 186 passing yards a game, 6.9 yards per attempt. He had a passer rating of 91.1 and a QBR of 61.1. After one season with Todd Monken, he had a career high in completion percentage, 67.2, a career high in yards per game, 229.9, a career high in yards per attempt at 8.0, a passer rating of 102.7, and a QBR of 64.7. So he improved in every single one of those aspects, and in three of those were career highs. But the question you got to ask when you're talking about Todd Monken and the possibility of him taking this job with the Jets is, does it fit? Does it fit? I'll answer that after I give a little shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that, of course, is Game Time. Game Time is the place to go for the best seats at the lowest prices guaranteed. And today's show is sponsored by Game Time. If you're excited the season is here and in full swing, and you want to get tickets to the big game lockdown, I promise you, you're going to want to give Game Time a shot. Game Time has a new feature. It's called Game Time Picks, and it makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. The tool highlights the best deals, including great and amazing deals, which are the highest value seats at the time. For some events, Game Time Picks also identifies a super deal, which is the best seat value in the venue. Guys, on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, this Baltimore Ravens team is kicking off for the shootout of the year against the Washington Commanders. And if you want to be in attendance, if you are lucky enough to be close enough to be in attendance, then I suggest you get your tickets using Game Time. So many great features. You get the lowest price guaranteed. You also get the views from your seat before you buy the tickets, so you can see exactly what you'll be seeing at the game before you even purchase it. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It's game time. So me personally, I just don't think he's a fit with New York and with the Jets. And I think a couple things play into this. And just the circumstances are so interesting there. But I think the first thing that plays into it is age, okay? He's 58. He'll be 59 in February. And he's just a little bit older. And kind of the way that the NFL is changing, it just seems like every year, younger and younger head coaches are being hired. If you look at all the coaching hires last year, when the 2023 offseason, there was 8 of them. Jim Harbaugh, 60. He's the oldest one. But he's taken a team to a Super Bowl in the NFL before. He has NFL experience. Then Gerard Mayo, 38 years old. Brian Callahan, 40. Antonio Pierce, 45. Dave Canales, 43. Raheem Morris, 48. Mike McDonald, 37. Dan Quinn, he's 54. But again, also has NFL experience. Has taken a team to a Super Bowl before. And so what? There's 3 guys or 2 guys, 45 or older. Everyone else is 43 or younger, and then you got the 2 old guys as well. And I just don't know if he has the most experience, right? I think that the amount of time he spent in the NFL, in his long coaching career, I don't know if that just stacks up well against other people who might be younger, have a little more upside in the age factor, but have spent just as much time as he has in the NFL, right? If you're choosing between a 43-year-old who spent his entire career in the NFL or a guy who's about to be 59 in February and at the time where he's being hired as a head coach will be 59, has only spent 10 years in the NFL, in my opinion, it's kind of obvious who you go with there. And then the third one is Aaron Rodgers. I don't think that Todd Monken is a guy that Aaron Rodgers is going to want to go with, okay? And I think that the Jets are so anchored down to Aaron Rodgers. They're seeing him as their only ticket to a Super Bowl that they're going to do whatever he feels they need to do, right? And if you look at just Todd Monken and Nathaniel Hackett and how they coach offenses, they have very different styles. And, of course, they're coaching different players. But still, from a whole perspective, they're very different coaches. And if they didn't have Rodgers, if they're in a position like maybe the Raiders, where they're saying, okay, look, we're going to get a top 5 pick next year, and we're going to spend that as on a quarterback, then sure, I could maybe see it happening with his success given quarterbacks and his success with Lamar. But the fact that you already got Rodgers in there, and he's under contract for next year too, and you're looking at next year as, okay, this is the year we're going to win the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers at the helm, I just don't think it makes much sense for them to hire Todd Monken. So final answer, do you think the Jets hire Todd Monken in the offseason? Give me a Y for yes, or give me an N for no. Before I get out of here, I got to give you a quick injury update because it is Thursday, meaning today was their last day of practice. And in just, 3 short days, they'll be kicking off against the Commanders. So back at practice, some good news today because yesterday, a lot of DNPs. You got some key pieces back. Marlon Humphrey was practicing. He's dealing with an ankle injury. Ronnie Stanley, he was practicing as well, dealing with that toe. Rashad Bateman, dealing with the groin, was practicing as well. I mean, these are 3 huge keys, 3 pivotal starters. Marlon Humphrey, we know he was in the boot after the game against the Bengals. Ronnie Stanley is performing like an all-pro. Rashad Bateman has the highest separation rate of any wide receiver in the NFL. These are 3 guys that you need on the team, on the field, come Sunday. There were 3 guys who didn't practice yesterday who also didn't practice today. Malik Harrison dealing with a groin issue, second missed practice of the week. Broderick Washington dealing with the knee issue, also his second missed practice of the week. And Salah Alu, he's dealing with a knee injury. It's been a while since he has practiced. So those 3 guys didn't practice today. Wouldn't be surprised if none of them played. Wouldn't also be surprised if 1 or 2 of them played on Sunday, but I think kind of is going to be on a little bit of a pitch count. So real quickly, before we get out of here, if you want the Ravens to get healthy, if you made it this far, don't jinx it. They need you. I need you. Go ahead and like that video. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today, for watching, for tuning in, for watching this long. If you want Todd Monken to stay, we'll be covering him and the Baltimore Ravens all season long. This is the best place to be. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that sub button.